Hey, what's happening, guys? It's Tyler from Valve News Network, and today I'm going to be talking about all the secrets, hidden details, and Easter eggs found within the very first Half-Life. Here we go. For the first one, go to the large cargo elevator seen within the Unforeseen Consequences chapter and get to the very bottom of it. Get to the bottom of it and jump over to the area with the crates and the hound eye. Turn on no-clip around the area where the barrels are found and continue no-clipping outside of the wall until you find an entire room filled with Gabe Newell's face. Here's a pretty obvious one. The locker room seen in Sector C's Anomalous Materials Lab has names on every locker, and of course, each name on these lockers is a name of a Valve employee at the time of the development of Half-Life 1. Another Easter egg very similar to that is Newell, an office seen within the Office Complex chapter. Newell's office is large, flooded, and filled with electrified water, and of course this is a nod to CEO and co-founder of Valve, Gabe Newell. Apparently, the Gonarch was born in a very, very simple manner. When someone at Valve asked Gabe Newell, why don't we just put a giant testicle on a 20-foot armored spider? Therefore, the name of Gonarch might just be a combination of the words gonad and monarch. In the chapter Forget About Freeman, using the no-clip commands to be able to get back into an elevator reveals a red triangle up against a wall. Interacting with this triangle could do one of two things, either crash the game or send the player 2 rooms ahead, dead on the ceiling. The character of Gordon Freeman is unlike a lot of other video game characters. The whole idea of Gordon is that the player can input their own personality within Gordon because he is a mute character. Thus, the reactions of the player is the reactions of Gordon themselves. However, if you take a look within the employment letters seen within the manual that came with the first Half-Life, it shows that Gordon Freeman and someone at Black Mesa had a recent telephone conversation before his job interview. The baby picture seen within Gordon's locker is actually Harry E. Esley's daughter, Isabel. It was officially explained to be a secret placed by the level designer Mark Laidlaw. The original idea was that it could be a relative of Gordon's, such as a niece or nephew. There is a theory going around that all of Half-Life is just a test and everything you do is predetermined. The G-Man is just watching over you to make sure that you, Gordon Freeman, get through everything okay. This is backed up by the fact that if Gordon does something against the G-Man, the screen shows up saying that the evaluation was terminated, meaning that all of what was going on was just an evaluation of the G-Man and his superiors to be able to see if Gordon was able to fulfill the tasks that they have already laid ahead of him in future Half-Life games. This theory holds true for all Half-Life games, as in any Half-Life game when you screw up, it shows that your evaluation was terminated, so maybe all of the Half-Life games lead up to a much, much larger story. Did you know that the Vox announcement system can sometimes get annoyed with the player? If you try and open locked security doors that say access denied by the Vox over and over again, eventually the Vox will start belittling you and yelling at you to please stop opening the doors. Lastly, did you know that there's a place in the Half-Life campaign that completely rips off a location seen within the Akira manga? This elevator, mentioned before within the Gabe Newell room Easter egg, is a complete copy of a certain elevator seen within the Akira manga itself. Whether or not this was a rip-off or just some kind of thing that was actually happening within the level designer's mind is unknown, but it is pretty cool to be able to see that Half-Life has a lot of references within other types of media. But anyways, that was all the Easter eggs that I could find related to the very first Half-Life. I know there's a lot to be able to be related within the expansions, the sequels, and the episodes, and I will be making episodes on every single one of those games. But thank you for watching. As you know, I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Why don't you go check out my streaming page on Twitch, link is down in the description, and my other channel, Nintendo News Network, where I upload videos a lot as well. Thank you for watching. Adios.